At the beginning of the story, we see a family consisting of a husband named Ivan and a wife named Karen. They are living happily with their child. Karen worked in an art gallery, while Ivan was an architect. One day, Ivan and Karen plan a beach trip with their child. But at the last moment, urgent architectural work comes up for Ivan, so he cannot go with his family. Therefore, Karen goes on the beach trip alone with the child, and Ivan stays home with his dog. That night, while Ivan is working on his urgent architectural work, his doorbell rings. When he opens the door, he sees two girls, drenched from the rain. One is named Bella and the other is Genesis. They tell Ivan, "We were going to a party, but we got lost. And because of the rain, our phones got wet and shut down." Hearing this, Ivan offers to help and invites them inside. He first gives them towels and also gives one of the girls an iPad so she can find the location of her party. The girl searches on the iPad and sees that her party location is very far from there. So, Ivan books a cab for both of them, which is supposed to arrive in 45 minutes. Since the two girls were soaking wet from the rain, they use Ivan's bathroom to freshen up and then go to Ivan, who had made coffee for them. After this, Ivan sits and talks with them. Ivan asks what they do for work, to which they reply that they are air hostesses and take very good care of their passengers. Then, they go up to Ivan and start demonstrating their air hostess duties and how they do their work. But while doing this, they seduce Ivan, which makes him uncomfortable. So, he gets up and sits on another chair. Ivan checks his mobile and sees that the cab still has 20 minutes to arrive. After this, the two girls ask Ivan about his wife. Ivan says that his wife paints for an art gallery. He shows them his wife's painting. While talking like this, they get very close to Ivan. Ivan repeatedly tries to ignore them. Ivan checks his phone again and sees that the cab is only 5 minutes away, which makes him feel a little relaxed because he found their behavior a bit off. Just 2 minutes before the cab's arrival, Bella and Genesis take advantage of Ivan not being there and go into the bathroom. Ivan quickly dries their clothes and goes to the bathroom door saying, "Your clothes are dry and your cab has arrived outside." But inside, the two are happily showering and ignoring Ivan's words. Even after Ivan repeatedly asks them to come out, they don't. So, Ivan covers his eyes and goes into the bathroom to give them their clothes. But inside, he sees that the girls are showering naked. Then they both say to Ivan, "Ivan, you join us too." Saying this, they start clinging to Ivan. But Ivan didn't want to do this because he was a married man, so he tries his best to ignore them. But when they both get too close to him, Ivan also gives in to his feelings. They become intimate in the bathroom and then in the bedroom. Meanwhile, the cab driver waits for a while and then leaves. The next morning, when Ivan wakes up, he doesn't see the two girls there and thinks they have left. But then he hears laughter from the kitchen. When he goes to the kitchen, he sees they have made a huge mess. Just then, Ivan gets a video call from Karen to talk to her. He goes outside. After talking to his wife, he comes back inside and angrily tells the girls, "Quickly put on your clothes and get out of my house." But a little later, he sees that they are damaging his wife's artwork. Now furious, Ivan tells them, "I am calling the police now. If you want to avoid going to jail, leave immediately." Hearing this, Bella and Genesis start laughing. They say, "We are both underage, and you were intimate with us last night, which is a legal crime. So, if you call the police, they will arrest you and put you in jail instead." Hearing this, Ivan realizes what a huge mistake he made last night. Just then, the doorbell rings. When he opens the door, he sees Karen's friend, Vivian, who has come to ask if he needs anything. Ivan is terrified that she might see Bella and Genesis inside. During their conversation, Genesis suddenly comes out and clings to Ivan. Seeing this, Vivian thinks Ivan is having an affair with that girl. Angrily, she curses him and leaves. Ivan is extremely angry with the two girls, and so he actually starts to call the police. Seeing this, Bella and Genesis get scared and immediately agree to leave. After this, Ivan takes them in his car and drops them off in front of a house some distance away. Ivan returns home and sees that Bella and Genesis had made his house very dirty. So, he first cleans his house and then sits down to do his architectural work. Just then, he hears something fall in his house. He sees that his family photo has fallen down. As he bends down to pick up that photo, Genesis hits him on the head with a fire extinguisher from behind, knocking him unconscious. Sometime later, when Ivan regains consciousness, he finds himself tied to the bed with ropes. He shouts at Genesis, "Auntie, my ropes!" But she doesn't listen. Just then, Bella arrives wearing Ivan's daughter's school uniform. Together, they start to take off Ivan's clothes, but Ivan tries his best to stop them. At that same time, Ivan's wife Karen calls on video. Genesis tells Ivan, "If you don't get intimate with Bella, we will take off your clothes and tell your wife on the video call that you are having fun with us." Seeing this, Ivan agrees to her demand. After this, Bella becomes intimate with Ivan while Genesis starts recording them. A little later, when Genesis goes out to get some food, Ivan uses all his strength to untee the ropes from his hands while being intimate with Bella and pushes her down. After this, he goes to Genesis, who was eating something. Genesis attacks him hard on the shoulder with an injection, knocking him unconscious again. A while later, when he wakes up, he finds himself tied to a chair. Genesis and Bella start playing a quiz game with him. Sometime later, a worker named Lewis who works with Karen comes to their house to pick up a statue made by Karen. Seeing this, Genesis and Bella hide Ivan in a room. Then, Genesis opens the door and they both tell Lewis that they are Ivan's cousins and that a thief had broken into the house, so Ivan has gone after him. Just then, Lewis notices Karen's art, which the two girls had ruined. Seeing this, Lewis becomes suspicious of them. He also tells them that Ivan doesn't have any cousins. Suddenly, Lewis hears Ivan screaming. He goes into a room and sees Ivan tied up. He immediately starts untying Ivan's ropes. Meanwhile, outside, the two girls start breaking Karen's very expensive art. So, Lewis goes to them to stop them, but then he has an asthma attack. Lewis's inhaler is with Genesis. He tries to get his inhaler from them, and in the process, he stumbles and his head hits Karen's art hard. Blood starts coming from his head, and a few seconds later, he dies. Seeing Lewis's death, Genesis and Bella start laughing as if they don't care at all. Seeing them laugh, Ivan realizes that these two are psychos. After this, Genesis and Bella cover Lewis's dead body with an art cover and put his body in his own car. They come back and try to stage a scene by using Lewis's and Ivan's phones to message each other, making it look like Karen and Lewis were having an affair. And when Ivan found out about it, he murdered Lewis in a rage. Saying this, they both dig a large pit in the backyard outside the house to bury Lewis. Meanwhile, Ivan, tied to the chair, tries to call his wife Karen, but then Genesis arrives with Bella, snatches his iPad, and gets very angry with him. The two completely trash Ivan's house and cut his hair short. In the same room, Genesis finds Ivan's hidden gun. She tells Bella to untee Ivan's hands and feet. Genesis tells Ivan, "Now we will play hide and seek with you. If you are caught, you will be shot and killed." Ivan immediately starts hiding in the house. Meanwhile, Genesis and Bella start looking for him. Ivan tries to escape by going outside, but Genesis finds him. Ivan tries to scream for help, but Genesis silences him at gunpoint. The scene shifts, and we see in the morning that the two take Ivan to the pit and bury him there, but they leave his head above the ground. They tell Ivan, "We didn't want to kill you. We were just using you for our fun, and we are really enjoying torturing you." After this, Bella shows Ivan the video on his phone where she, wearing his daughter's school uniform, is being intimate with him. A video Genesis had recorded. Now, Bella sends this video to Karen's number. Meanwhile, Ivan, with great difficulty, manages to get his hand out and tries to delete the video, but by mistake, he presses like instead of delete. A few hours later, when Karen returns home with all the children, she is confused to see the house destroyed. She thinks that after she left, Ivan had a big party with his friends. And with this, the movie ends here.